Hey, thanks for joining us on Rock Painting Workshops. My name's Anne and I'll be teaching you today this little buzzy bee on some flowers. Okay, we've got all our supplies here. I've already drawn the image onto the rock, and I do share how I do this on our website. It's Rock Painting Workshops, so there's tutorials there that you can check out and they will show you how we get the image onto the rock. Right now I'm just creating just a little touch of colour. So I put some acrylic paint pen on and I've smushed it across with my finger so we've got a light blue. And now I'm just covering in the small details like the bee and the flowers, and I'm going to put one layer of acrylic paint pen on them. If you're not using paint pens, you might be using paint and brush. You just want to put a nice thin layer of paint onto your rock. And what we do is we're going to let that dry, and then we'll put the second layer on and it will be nice and opaque. This one is a metallic pen that I've got here in the pink, and it comes in two different sizes. This one is in the fine liner, the 0.7 size in Posca. Okay, just follow that around. Sometimes it doesn't look quite right, like in the viewing you can see, especially in the other flower, there's a lot of divots and things like that. So I have put the colour into the divots. They just don't pick up as well on camera. Okay, and we'll just colour that around. Just touch some of the metallic green in there. Just going to follow those swirls around and give it a little bit of green colouring. Okay, that'll do us good for green. Now, the amount of time that you've seen here, like once I've done one layer, it is dry enough, because it only takes a minute or so, that you are ready to put the second layer down. And that's the joy of using a really good quality acrylic paint pens or good quality paints. You'll have the same scenario. 2 coats of paint and it will be very opaque. It won't be translucent anymore, and it has quite a good drying time. Okay, it's when you do it too thick and everything that the drying time slows down so much. So not that it's a trick, but that's what you want to stick to, just some nice thin layers. Okay, we'll just grab the black fine line pen and we're just going to go around the outside edges. Follow the outlines, these little eyes and stripes on the body. So I'm just following the lines that I used to create the lines in the beginning, the colouring in lines, and I'm just going to follow those across to make them also my top outlines. Just add some little dots for decorations and put the stems back into the flowers. Okay, just grab my white pen and add in a couple of highlights here. And this is it. This is all I'm going to do for the colouring in rocks. These are the ones that I share with my local school kids. That was quite simple. Alright, so give this little buzzy bee in the flowers, give him a go. I'd like to see your creations. Come and join us in our groups, Reef Rocks Free Workshops.